we're going to travel light, so hopefully we meet the expectation.
Right, but don't forget, don't just travel light, travel small. That's how they get you on the dimensions of those bag sizes. But when you come back, email me and tell me how it went, okay?
I sure will.
You got it, Rip. Thanks for the call.
Okay, thank you.
And let's go back to the phones out in La Quinta, California. I've got William on the phone. Hello, William.
Hi, how you doing?
Great. What's on your mind?
My mind is I listened to your show about the FAA and about what you can bring on planes, and I fully understand the chainsaws and guns and knives. But there's one thing that I think that needs to be addressed. That has to do with computers and lithium batteries that a lot of people bring on board, and they are capable possibly of bringing a plane down. So I think that they need to be addressed a little bit more, and any input that you have would be much appreciated.
Well, you're right. But by the way, it's not the FAA about this. It's the DHS and the TSA on the stuff you can bring on the planes. But you're absolutely right about the batteries. And, the point that you bring up, William, is not just that they can cause a fire. They have caused fires. And not just by passengers. It's in the cargo compartment, too. They spontaneously combust. And not just on airplanes, on ships. You remember there was a big car carrier ship called the ARCE, A-R-C-E. And on this particular car carrier, talk about the most expensive sinking I've seen in years, they were carrying on that ship to come to the United States, previously bought, designed, and paid for Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Rolls Royces, Mercedes. And a couple of those lithium-ion batteries caught fire in the cars. And you know what? Once they catch fire, very difficult to put the fire out. In fact, impossible on that particular ship to put the fire out. They had to abandon ship, and it sank with all those cars. Wow. So anybody listening to the show, if you see a car for sale with some minor water damage, don't buy it. But let's move on.
Is there anything you think that the TSA might be doing about this to solve such future problems?
Yes. We have a number of airlines right now that have a new rule. Southwest is one of them, by the way, that says if you're going to bring a portable battery charger, which once again is a lithium-ion battery on the plane, it has to be visible. You can't put it in the overhead compartment. You can't put it under the seat in front of you. They want to be able to see it so that if it does start a fire, they can extinguish it quickly. That's one. The other thing is our regulations don't even come close to the regulations overseas. I was just in China, and I had two small
Hewitt's got your taxes, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients, participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found Good RX. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's Good RX, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Do you like helping others? Become a Shiva volunteer in Whatcom County. Join the hundreds of volunteers across Washington State who help over 90,000 people each year with their Medicare options and questions. You don't have to know Medicare. We'll teach you. And if you're bilingual, even better. For more information and how to apply, call Shiva at 1-800-562-6900 or go to insurance.wa.gov.
Sponsored by the Office of the Insurance Commissioner and aired by the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY, and I want to talk to you about football. It's exciting when Seattle fans shake the earth. You can even feel that energy on your 100-inch variable
It's different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the
7.1. At 1-800-DUI-AWAY, we know that enjoying the game often involves alcohol. And the police know it too. Have fun, be responsible on game day, and pace yourself. If you feel sacked in the fourth quarter, get a designated driver to take you to your end zone. If you get carried away with too many Bloody Marys after too many Hail Marys, call for a timeout. You get the point. Be safe. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. This is Countdown to Kickoff. Ahead of Super Bowl 60.
It's about us. It's always been about us and what we do.
Today at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, between the New England Patriots and your Seattle Seahawks. Now here are your hosts, Stacy, Rost, and Bob Stelton.
It is your countdown to kickoff Super Bowl 60, kicking off at 3:30. Bob and I are going to lead you right into the pregame show hosted by Michael Bumpus, along with some of your favorite voices. Before we get to it, Bob, you and I were at Radio Row. It was my first Radio Row. It wasn't your first one, was it?
No.
How did it compare to other Radio Rows you've been to? It was chaotic to me. It was a lot.
It's bigger every year. That was my 9th, something like that. But yeah, it becomes more of a circus every year. The only thing that was different this year is you didn't get a lot of the non-athlete celebrities. Like years past, I've interviewed Bon Jovi and Ice Cube and Adam Sandler and Kevin Costner and all these, actors, musicians, what have you. Didn't really see that this year. But still chaotic, still cool, still all the pomp and circumstance and the energy and the excitement around the game. So that didn't change.
Who was the single most famous person you saw?
This year?
This year.
Martha Stewart.
Oh, that was going to be my answer, and she was looking fabulous. She was wearing brown leather pants.
She was.
In a brown top with brown feathers.
I was just surprised at the amount of attention she got. Like, I guess everybody knows who she is, but we saw her at an intersection. She was in a black SUV, and they were waiting for the light to turn green, and people started surrounding the car.
It's
and I'm like,
crazy.
Who's in there? And we saw it's Martha Stewart. They're going, what are you doing? What's going on here? And they're mobbing the car at a stoplight.
Yeah, so. Bob, because it's Martha Stewart. I told my mom, I go, we had Tony Gonzalez on the show. We saw
Barry
Eli
Sanders
Manning,
there.
Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice. These are huge names, Hall of Famers. And then I mentioned that we saw Martha Stewart, and she texted me this morning, and she goes, I was just talking to your Uncle Dave and your Aunt Lori, and they both said, oh, my God, we can't believe you saw Martha Stewart with Snoop Dogg there. That was the name that blew them away. But you know what? I totally got it.
Was Snoop there?
Let's talk about what we actually heard when it came to the Seahawks. I don't know about you. Every single guest we had chose the Seahawks. I know we have a giant backdrop that says Seattle Sports behind us, so why wouldn't you? But did you get the same level of national confidence from the guests that you guys had, and does it make you nervous at all?
No. Because they have no impact, just like we have no impact on the outcome of the game. We had listeners all week saying, because I've been saying if the Seahawks play clean, they're going to win by double digits. If they play clean. And don't be overconfident. You're going to jinx it. I'm like, look, if I had that kind of power, the Houston Astros would be 0-162 every year. Trust me, I would not be using it in this sense. I've got no impact. You and I have we could say they're going to win by 100. It doesn't change the outcome of the game. So neither does the opinions of the national analysts. But yeah, I all week was saying, man, I feel like we're getting people on the show that are trying to make the case for a competitive game. And here are the ways the Patriots can win if this, and this happens. But in the end, when you ask them, all right, well, which way are you leaning? Well, I'm leaning with Seattle. But I think everybody wants to make the case for it, and it could be a competitive game, certainly, especially if the Seahawks turn the ball over. But I don't know that we had anybody who picked New England.
We didn't. We had some people say, if New England plays this type of game, or if, hey, if Sam turns the ball over, what have you. You are a lot like one of the guests that we had, Clinton Yates, of Clinton and Friends and ESPN Radio. And he actually almost called me out. I said, hey, so many people are picking the Seahawks. I'm kind of nervous. And he said, that's a bad bit. That's a bad bit to be nervous about the Seahawks. He said they're an unbelievable team. I don't know why you're worried about it at all. Kind of like teasing me about it a little bit. Is your confidence from just like looking up and down the roster and saying like, look, there are first-team All-Pros on this team. There are Pro Bowlers on this team. Like the matchups just across the board favor Seattle.
Yeah, it's confidence from looking at the Patriots schedule, looking at who the Seahawks have had to beat to get here, who the Patriots had to beat to get where they are. It's not comparable. It's just not. The NFC West was the class of the NFL this
Easily.
year, and they ran that gauntlet. And they won games when they didn't play well. They won games when they turned the ball over. To me, that's a sign of a very good team. When you don't have your fastball, when you don't have your A game, you figure it out. You find a way to overcome. Seahawks they won 14 games. You lost 3 times.
By a combined 9 or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, the opening game of the season, your defense gave up 17 points, which was what they averaged for the entire year that led the NFL. That was the offense that day. So, yeah, it's to me, I look at the Seahawks as the most balanced team top to bottom. There are players that are on the Patriots roster that are better than some players on the Seahawks roster. But top to bottom, all 3 phases of the game, Seahawks are just the better team. The only team that beats Seattle is Seattle.
I mentioned, hey, who was the most famous person you saw? Both you and I had the same answer. What was your favorite conversation you had with someone?
Michael Irvin was pretty interesting. I got to say, Ricardo Lockett. I love talking to Ricardo Lockett because of
ask him about
the play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about the game in general and just how that team didn't really recover from that and how fans feel on some level this would be retribution if the Seahawks win. And I kind of was like, there's nobody there. I mean, Belichick's gone, Brady's gone. There's nobody there other than Robert Kraft and maybe some office people we're not aware of. And he said, no, they win. The only way we get over that game is by winning this game. And he was definitive. He was like, no, they win this game. That kind of lets him breathe again, gets the monkey off your back, so to speak. He's putting a lot into it. I thought that was really interesting to hear somebody come out and acknowledge that.
What was your favorite my favorite conversation? We talked to a couple of people. I mentioned Clinton Yates earlier. He was one of them. I loved the conversations about Sam Darnold. Those were the ones I ended up loving. Like, there were so many matchups, and we'll get to the matchups later in the show. There were matchups to preview. There was, hey, tell us about New England, make your pick, blah, blah, blah. It's not a unique opinion, but it is one that I share, that the most fascinating story, interesting story, compelling story is not just, oh my God, look at Sam Darnold, good for him, but look at Seattle, if they get this done, doing it with someone they signed in free agency who had been a bust.
Yeah, and we certainly asked everybody. I think he's been the main, like if you ask somebody, what's the Achilles heel of the Seahawks or what's your biggest concern with this team? It's Sam. That's where it always comes back to. It's not, wow, that offense, I don't know, or that O-line or that secondary. No. Yeah. You ask somebody objectively, what's your biggest concern? It's Sam, and what do you get from him? What kind of game does he play? Does he play clean? Does he play – he doesn't have to light it up the way he did against the Rams, which was arguably the greatest game of his entire career. But he can be that 49ers guy, 20 of 26, 142 yards, a touchdown, no picks, no turnovers, and win. He doesn't have to be electric. He can just be that guy. And I think that's where a lot of the analysts were going, like, look, when we'd ask, are you worried about him? What do you expect from him? It's like, I expect that he's going to be what he's been in the 49ers. He's going to be that guy that is just efficient and takes what the defense gives him and lets that running game go. And that's the key. If they can get that running game going, that takes all the heat off of him. And he can be that guy. And he doesn't have to throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. It'd be fun. I'd love to see it, but it may not be necessary.
I liked, speaking of Clinton Yates and speaking of Sam, Clinton likened it to thinking that he made like a car dealership analogy. And he goes, I feel like for 10, 12 years, GMs and front offices and owners have been approaching the same or having the same approach to team building where, yeah, not every single person is going to get pick 1 through 5, find your quarterback and whatever. But like ultimately people think around the league that that's what you should be going for. If you're going to be a bad team, well, God, hopefully you're so bad that you get the number 1 pick. That the plan has always been get that quarterback with your top pick and then win with him. And that's the recipe. And look, unfortunately for the rest of the AFC, you've seen Tom Brady, who wasn't a top pick, we all know that, but a franchise quarterback with New England. Then Mahomes comes in, and you can see it reflected in the last 10 years of AFC teams, AFC champions, that overwhelmingly franchise quarterback guy with, pieces around him as part of a dynasty gets it done.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I like that Seattle is challenging that in a more serious way. We can have all the conversations we want about Baker Mayfield, good for him with the Bucs, and, hey, Geno when he was here. But, this is the closest that a team constructed like Seattle has been since, God, I don't know when. You can't use Nick Foles. Carson Wentz was a top pick and got hurt
It's always
after 11
Dilfer.
weeks.
It's always Brad Johnson.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe people try to point to Warner and say, oh, but he had to bounce around and kind of be a Cinderella story. But, if Seattle wins this, I cannot remember another team that from wire to wire did it with a free agent guy. Drew Brees was a free agent, I guess, signed for the Saints, but it's not typically how teams have built.
Well, and I feel like Sam's a little different in that he was viewed as a bust for the majority of his career.
Yep.
Those guys weren't, though in most cases. And I've been saying, Sam Darnold will get, if he does have that game I was just talking about, 20 of 26, under 200 yards, 1 touchdown, the conversation will be, see, you don't need an elite quarterback to win.
Mm-hmm.
He's the new Trent Dilfer. I feel bad for Trent Dilfer because he's always the example of a team winning with a quarterback that's not great.
He's got a ring.
Look, they won with Dilfer. How often have you heard that? Look, Ravens, they won with Dilfer. And I'd hate to be the guy that's that example, and Brad Johnson to a lesser extent, but I feel like Sam Darnold would be this era's Trent Dilfer, especially if he has a game like that. He goes out there and does what he did against the Rams. It'll be a different conversation.
It's your countdown to kickoff. Bob Stelton and I are live on the live stream, seattlesports.com/video. We're taking you up to the pregame show, which begins at noon, hosted by Michael Bumpus. We're getting back to Sam Darnold, at 10:30, and then challenging you guys. The Seahawks win if what at 10:45. Before we get to it, though, the latest on Nick and Manwari next.
Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app.
It's why we bake in the sun, out on the berm every summer at training camp. It's why we scream till it hurts. In the cold and rain, come fall and winter.
Listen to the 12th man.
It's why we're 12s. As the Seahawks look to bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Seattle, it's why there's only one voice we want to hear tell the story.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
Don't miss Steve Raible calling the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Jewelry Graham. Hi, I'm Brian, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. We have just the right gift for your sweetheart this Valentine's Day. Any style, any budget. Like heart-shaped necklaces, birthstones, or hand-matched diamond studs. Getting engaged? Create a dream ring and choose from natural and lab-grown diamonds in all shapes and sizes. Come see us in store or at shaneco.com because a friend wants you to win Valentine's Day. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey, let's throw a party this year for the big game.
Oh, great idea. But first, we should get a new TV. One of the top-rated brands, Samsung, LG, or Sony.
Okay, I'll start shopping on the internet and then head over to the Warehouse Club.
Well, but if that's all we do, we'll be sorry.
Why?
Because the best deals on those top-rated TVs are at video only, not online or at the club.
Video only?
Yep. We can save up to $500 if we shop smart.
Or we'll be sorry.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla and Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
Gold demand is skyrocketing to record highs. As more Americans rush to preserve their savings, will there be enough gold? I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your 401k or IRA savings. Gold offers tangible security that can't be tracked, stolen, or inflated. That's why I strongly advocate for gold IRAs. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898 now. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust, and their thousands of great reviews prove I'm not alone. So don't wait another second. Protect your retirement savings today and see how easy it is to move your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals. Text SECURE to the number 989898 for your free gold IRA info kit. Again, SECURE to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply.
Who did it best in 2025? Vote now for the Sports Stars and Story of the Year at seattlesports.org and help choose the winners of the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year Awards, presented by Microsoft. From collegiate champions to the standouts across our professional teams, make your choice and come celebrate Washington's biggest night out for sports on March 13th. Vote now and get tickets at seattlesports.org. We'll see you there.
For Down Territory, going inside the game with former Cougs and Seahawks wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
The offensive line has to make the offense go.
Every day at 11:15 and 1:15 on Bump and Stacy.
It's about stacking those days, stacking those weeks.
On Seattle Sports. The only place to hear Steve Raible and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Can you believe it?
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app. Now back to Countdown to Kickoff on Seattle Sports, the Seattle Sports app, and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
This is the Countdown to Kickoff. I'm Stacy Rost. He's Bob Stelton. We got you guys for the next hour and a half or so here, leading you to pregame at noon. The number one name everyone was talking about in this one, at least late in the week heading into it, Nicky Manwari, who twisted his ankle during the week. What was that, Wednesday? It was pretty early. Thankfully for Seattle.
Did you see the video of him getting out of the car?
Yes, and it looked, Bob, on Thursday morning, I was like, he's not playing.
It didn't look good.
He's not going to play this game. And then you had the Twitter doctors diagnosing from afar. They're like, I don't know if he's going to walk again. No.
They might amputate before Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was a pronounced limp. It wasn't like, oh, he looks like he's got his gait's a little weird. No,
Nope.
it was a pronounced limp where it was like, oh, no.
He's a tough guy. Now, this is what Nick said.
Yeah, it just kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Like, nobody really wants to get hurt or banged up during the Super Bowl week or any week at that. So it just kind of caught me off guard. Just a little scared, but imaging came back and, Doc spoke, and we got a good plan to go for Sunday. So I'll be fine. I'll be good.
Now, here's the good news. I'm so used to hosting with Bump, and both of you are B. I almost said Bump. Bob, here's the good news in terms of, hey, what's the latest on his status? There is no status. He was a full participant in practice, not even on the injury report. How are you feeling now about his role there? You still confident in him at, let's say, 80%, 90%?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. First of all, I'm still just amazed by how much we're invested in a rookie.
Yes.
We're invested in a guy to the point where he's not playing. He's playing. He's not playing.
A rookie.
It's going to dictate how we feel about the game. A rookie has had that kind of impact on this team because he plays all three levels. He's in the box. He can play safety. He's corner. He's a linebacker. He can be a DM. I mean, he's a utility knife.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Swiss Army knife for this team. And the way they've come to rely on his presence on defense, I think, is amazing. And it's sort of crystallized by everybody's reaction. Oh, no. What are we going to do? Who steps up if he's not there? I'm like, this guy's a rookie, man. And he was my favorite draft pick. I'm on record after the draft saying that's my favorite pick. I love Raible. Obviously, it was crucial. You needed him. But Eamon was my guy that I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what he could do.
Why?
He's exceeded anything I even remotely put out there as an expectation. I had no idea he would have this kind of impact on the defense, especially as a rookie.
What did you see that you really liked compared to, like, what have you seen since he's been out there where, like, is there...
What I see as a college player?
Yeah, maybe as a college player, maybe something you heard about him coming into the draft where you were like, oh, I really hope they get this guy. And then have you seen that?
He seemed like a man amongst boys at the college level to me. And he seemed like he had a little cam in him. He's a physical player. I loved his speed. He just seemed like he had a really high football IQ. He just seemed like he fit. Now, I didn't know they would use him the way they've used him. I thought he'd be a safety. I thought it might be a corner in certain packages, but I didn't know he'd be there in the box as an inside linebacker, outside linebacker. They've had him at a DN spot. I mean, they've had him all over the place. I didn't see that coming. So I just like the potential of him and his athleticism and what his football IQ seemed to be. And again, he just seemed like he was just a step above the competition at the college level. And I know he got dinged as far as his draft, where he got picked because of injuries. That was the caveat. Same with Torrey Horton. These guys both come in. These guys, sky's the limit, potentially. Can they be there? Yeah. Are they available? Availability is obviously the best skill to have out there. So that was the story with both those guys. I'm
glad that you mentioned, you can do so much with him. I thought he would be just a safety, but he's so much more. This is exactly how Richard Sherman saw it. So a preface, this interview with Richard Sherman was not with our shows. It was with the This Is Football podcast by Kevin Clark, and it was ahead of I know you've heard this sound, it was ahead of the last Rams game. Richard Sherman called Nick Emenwari, a rookie, like you said, the engine of the Seahawks defense.
It's Nick Emenwari, and that's what Mike McDonald would say. He would say he's the engine of this defense, and literally he said, we won't even get to run the full defense until he gets back because he started the season injured. He injured his ankle maybe 4 or 5 plays into the season. And Mike was like, man, I can't wait for him to come back because we can't even run the defense without him there. And so since he's just a rookie, and since he's found his rhythm and found his confidence, I mean, Atlanta was his best game. But you just see him. He's attacking. He's fast. He's playing fast. You see him in the run game. He could be playing linebacker. He could be playing end. He could be a deep safety. He could be outside at corner. You never know where he's going to be.
The same thing that made Seahawks fans nervous if Nick Emenwari were to not play this game should make them confident and excited, the fact that he is going to play this game. I was talking with my good friend, Brian Baldinger. He doesn't know me. I interviewed him for 5 minutes.
I used to know him.
You did? Mm-hmm. Oh, so he's good friends with both of us. In that case, for sure. Definitely.
We were.
Oh, no. What happened? Will you tell me off air?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hit break. I was talking with Brian Baldinger, and I was asking him about Nick Emenwari, and he was saying it's the versatility that he provides you. Mismatch for almost anyone. So fast, such a hard hitter. Allows Mike McDonald to be as creative as he wants. And I think that when I saw the news that Nick Emenwari was hurt, I saw a lot of comments going, oh, they've got safety depth. And I'm sure that your reaction is what I was thinking in the moment, which is, but he's not just a safety. It's not about like, oh, they've still got Kobe or, oh, they've still got Ty Okada. Great, but these are different types of players. And what Mike McDonald and that defense is counting on Sunday and what the Patriots are trying to prep for is when you see Nick Emenwari out there pre-snap, it's not always entirely clear what's going to happen until the ball is snapped.
Where is he going to go? Where is he going to be?
That's a nightmare for a 23-year-old quarterback.
And a guy that's got a nose for the ball, and again, just seems to have this really high football IQ. He's like Witherspoon in that the second he hit the field, he never looked like a rookie. Rookies at times you'll kind of sense a hesitation or see it. And with Witherspoon and with Emenwari, they both have that certainty. They're 100 miles an hour to their spot. Now, maybe sometimes it's the wrong spot. I don't know, but they're going. They're going. They don't have any hesitation to the way they play. And there's just nothing about them that says rookie. And even more so, the interaction with Reek Woolen on the sideline after that penalty that Reek Woolen picked up. You got a rookie out there checking a veteran and letting him know what time it was there on the sideline. I'm like, okay, this is a guy who's got status. This is a guy who's got a different level of respect. And, yeah, Reek was barking back at him. But just the fact that he felt comfortable enough to go up and say whatever he said, hey, you can't do that. This is too crucial. What do you use your head or whatever it was? I'm cleaning it up, I'm certain. But yeah, that spoke volumes to me about where he is and how he's received in that locker room.
Did you hear what he had to say about it?
Yeah.
It was, I completely agree with you. When you hear John Schneider, you guys have had so many conversations with John, and I'm sure off air too, about like the kind of guys he wants to bring in. And I love the John Schneider show and your guys' conversations with him. It's guys like this. Like, this is who I imagine. This is the culture I'm imagining that John would tell you guys he was trying to curate by getting these guys.
Yeah, he's a leader. I mean, he jumped in. He's a leader of that defense, and I love that Sherm's calling him the engine. I mean, I probably would have called Witherspoon the engine because he feels like he sets the tone with his pace, that he's just, that guy is just all over the field. He's always there where the play is, whether he's making the play or not. A lot of what he does not show up in the box score. But Eamon being that versatile, having the same sort of attributes as Witherspoon, but he's that versatile, all these different spots. Getting that praise from Richard Sherman, Cliff Averill, who we had on the show, same thing. I mean, members of the LOB have singled him out and pointed to him as an absolutely crucial factor.
That was a great interview, too. You guys, you can go check out those interviews, by the way, Wyman and Bob podcast. What do you expect to see from Sam Darnold today for Super Bowl 60? It's still surreal. I can't believe we're here. Countdown to kickoff coming your way next.
Seattle Sports.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me? JSN!
Congratulations, Jackson Smith.
Jigba, you know he's sicker than most when he run the post.
The NFL's AP Offensive Player of the Year, rewriting the Seahawks record books with his electrifying season.
JSN has it! Touchdown! Seahawks!
And this is where you hear Steve Raible and Dave Wyman call Super Bowl 60 Sunday at 3. Seattle Sports.
Jewelry Graham. Hi, I'm Brian, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, here to remind you that Valentine's Day is Saturday, February the 14th. It's the most romantic day of the year to give and get fine jewelry. We have expertly crafted gifts for every type of sweetheart, any style, any budget. Get creative and design a custom necklace with meaningful charms, including 14-karat gold letters, engravable hearts, and birthstones. For the one, we'll help you propose with a dream engagement ring. Come see our wide selection of hand-picked natural and lab-grown diamonds in all shapes and sizes, in stock and ready to compare side by side. At Shane Company, love is always in the air with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty, everyday competitive prices, and no-pressure shopping experience. Come see us in store or at shaneco.com because a friend wants you to win Valentine's Day. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Luxury has arrived. It's Mike Salkier, and the all-new Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel is now open, featuring a destination spa, the expanded non-smoking space, and breathtaking views of the Cascades. You can catch every game at Hawks Peak, over 66 televisions, plus that 2,000-seat entertainment venue and exciting new dining options. Effortless style, the utmost in relaxation. You can book now at snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Do you like helping others? Become a Sheba volunteer in Whatcom County. Join the hundreds of volunteers across Washington state who help over 90,000 people each year with their Medicare options and questions. You don't have to know Medicare. We'll teach you. And if you're bilingual, even better. For more information and how to apply, call Sheba at 1-800-562-6900 or go to insurance.wa.gov.
Sponsored by the Office of the Insurance Commissioner and aired by the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. Save $1,700 when you have Day and Night match your current furnace with a qualifying AC or heat pump.
Your furnace is lonely all by itself, but it doesn't have to be. With our Matchmaker Special, we'll match your furnace with a perfect air conditioner or heat pump to keep your furnace company and your home comfy all year round.
Match your furnace to a qualifying cooling system and save $1,700. DayandNight.net.
And the Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl.
Home of the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60. Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app. Countdown to kickoff continues ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports on 710, the Seattle Sports app, and the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
I'm Stacy Rost here with Bob Stelton. It's your countdown to kickoff. Watch us on the live stream at seattlesports.com/video. You can also join the conversation anytime on the text line, 866-979-3776. Coming up in 15 minutes, the Seahawks win if what? And the Patriots win if what? An important part of the conversation. An important part of the conversation, one that's just a little more painful to have. Let's talk about Sam Darnold's opportunity to flip that narrative today. Bob, I don't know that there's anyone outside of Boston not rooting for Sam Darnold. This was Kyle Brandt on with Brock and Salk.
I think the Jets getting rid of him is nothing compared to what happened last year in Minnesota, where they had a bird in the hand, essentially, like, nah, we like this kid from Michigan. Just an unbelievable thing. So to answer your question, I think it's after they beat the Rams, he's a completely different person. I think Sam Darnold is like a hopeful figure. He's become this real positive, like, resurrection. He's practically an NFL Christ figure at this point. Wholesome, family-friendly, resurrected from the hell that is New York. And now Sam Darnold's going to win the Super Bowl? It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's be like if Zach Wilson won the Super Bowl next year. You know what I'm saying? It's almost that. Yeah. And I've met a lot of players. I do it for work. It's not to brag. I have not met a guy who I found more solid, more kind, or more professional than Sam Darnold. So I'm openly rooting for him. Openly.
This guy has an app on his phone that helps him recognize bird calls. He's just an incredibly likable person. And importantly, and fair to note, Bob, a very talented one. I think that while Sam has some of his own issues. I don't know that either of us are going to sit here and argue like Sam's the best quarterback in the league, but that's not really the conversation that we're here to have. What we're here to have is talk about, well, what can a great version of Sam Darnold do for this team today?
You saw it the first 9 weeks. Mm-hmm. First 9 weeks of the season, he was in the MVP conversation. Early talk, but when people were talking about MVPs, his name was coming up because he was in the top 5 of every metric you could attach to a quarterback, whether it was completion percentage, QBR, quarterback rating, yards per attempt, whatever you want to throw out there. It was hardly sacked. Everything about his season was unreal. And think of some of the throws he was making in those games. He's running to his left, throwing just dimes across his body and just tiny windows where you're like, oh my God, is that luck or is that skill? Right. But he kept doing it over and over. So I'm going, okay, I guess it's not luck. It felt lucky the first couple times, like, all right, you got away with it. He kept doing it.
Yep.
And then things shifted after that Rams game. Much more conservative. The Turnovers became problematic. He wasn't the same guy. Completion percentage came down. But in the biggest game of his life against the boogeyman, the Rams have his number. I remember people on social media when I was retweeting things after the 49er game. Well, congrats. Now you just played for the right to get your butt kicked by the Rams. They own you. They own Darnold. He's going to see ghosts, all that. He went out there and played not only the best game of the year, but arguably, considering what was at stake, the best game of his entire life.
Agree.
He was phenomenal against the team that haunts him. So, does that flip the narrative? Does that change how he's perceived? Because if he goes out there and he doesn't play well, how many people are going to line up to go, see, told you.
Yep.
Told you. That's him. Biggest moment. He choked. Or it's like we talked about earlier. He has they don't win so much because of him. He's efficient, but he's not electric. He's not piling up, passing yards and touchdowns. He's under 200 yards and a touchdown, and he's 20 of 26.
Yeah.
People will be like, yeah, Dilfer. He's the new. You won with a quarterback who's not great, but he was good enough. He didn't hurt you.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's got to have an electric game for people to go, I was wrong. I don't think that comes easy for a lot of people to say, I was wrong about him.
I think that's the primary thing at play here. And look, I hate admitting when I was wrong. I think it's just a human thing.
I love it.
I mean, I've never been wrong before, so I don't have experience with it, but it
don't know what
seems
it feels
horrible.
like.
I don't know what it feels like, but it seems
Humbling.
like, it would be tough. I would imagine. Couldn't be me. But no, I hate admitting when I'm wrong. And I think that in general in sports, we do a lot of that too. Like there's a defensiveness, and then people like to go, ha-ha, sticking it to you.
Well, yeah,
and it's just,
they feel like they know more
exactly.
than you.
And it's like, hey, look, every single person has access to Twitter and a text line. I mean, shoot, not to, on a Super Bowl Sunday bring up the Mariners, but go look at the Mariners post when they brought back Jorge Polanco and look at how many people are like, oh, great, fantastic. This is going to save the season.
I was wrong.
Exactly.
I was going, that's your move?
Jorge
That's
Polanco
it?
sent you to the ALCS.
Yes, I was 100% wrong on that. But
Most important play.
where were you with Darnold at the beginning of the year? Because I was I called myself a hard skeptic. I was not a hater. I was like, this is terrible. I don't know what they're doing. Gino was the known entity there. I had no idea. I was going, I don't know what version we're getting. He could be the Vikings version, except for the last two games or those last two games and his previous 6 years. Maybe that's where I have no idea. So I was a hard skeptic.
Yeah.
And then by week 9, I said, sign me up. I'm in. He's got me convinced.
I was right there with you. I was right there with you. And by the way, there were some people, I do recall some listeners texting in saying like, hey, Sam won 14 games with this team. I know everyone's saying he had Kevin O'Connell, Justin Jefferson, whatever, but like he's got a great arm. He's younger. He's mobile. Like there were people out there for sure, Seahawks fans, that were like, dude, I see it. And credit to them. There were also a lot of people who had doubt or like, look, you can see the numbers on our side. I think that it just wasn't like a hugely exciting move. People were very briefly a little more excited about Milroe because it was just, you know what I mean? It was just, there were lots of question marks at quarterback here, lots of potential. Sam Darnold was a former number 3 overall pick. Milroe was a very dynamic player in college, both with question marks for very different reasons. I thought that this was a team that if they were, I didn't expect them to be in the Super Bowl. And it's very cool to see. I expected them to be a playoff team, but I thought that they would only get there if the run game was top 5. They're only going to get there if this run game,
because you weren't counting on them being passed to victory.
Nope. I was not counting on JSN having 1,700 yards.
Yep.
And it's so funny in hindsight to think about the way that Waldron used that JSN was purely a slot guy where it's like, yeah, use him on some middle screens. Let's do that. Like, it's hilarious now to think about the way that, unfortunately, this offense limited him, maybe because of, size, whatever. But I had those views too. And it's very, I'm sure, validating for Sam, for John Schneider, for Mike Macdonald to see this team be wholly complete. Isn't that what you want to? Like, I know we all talk about like kind of constantly moving the goalposts, right? And it's like, oh, well, you got to have that top guy. Do you? What if you just have to have, again, I'm going back to Clinton Yates, but he just dropped so many bars in his interview with us. He was like, we all talk about elite, elite, elite. Like, can a quarterback be efficient? Can he be effective? That should be good enough if your team's complete.
Yeah, and the one thing I think we knew coming into the season, the defense was going to be really good. Second half of the season last year, they were a top 5 defense. So you expected they're going to hit the ground running. The uncertainty wasn't just Sam. You had a new offensive coordinator. You had a new O-line coach. You had DK's gone. Tyler Lockett's gone. The faces of your team, arguably, gone. You've got new quarterbacks coach. Everything was new on that side of the ball. So in addition to which version of Sam are you getting, it's like, well, what's the offense going to look like? We have no idea because that was a complete teardown. You got a rookie O-lineman thrown in there as well. So you had question marks on the O-line. You had question marks at quarterback, receiver, and a new coordinator, new O-line. I mean, everything was revamped, redone. So it felt like, all right, defense is going to have to carry the load until we see what this offense is going to look like. Yep. And for the better part of the season they have, you've relied on that defense to be what they've been, and that's special. And they've allowed them to get through those games where they've turned the ball over, where they've not been as efficient as you would otherwise hope.
Quick fire. Sam get over 300 yards.
No.
Does Sam get more than 2 touchdowns?
I have him at 2.
You have him at 2?
Yeah.
How many in the other column? Interceptions.
I'm clean game.
Woo!
Clean game.
Playoff for Sam Darnold.
Nope.
Only quarterback to
2
go
touchdowns,
to the playoffs.
no picks.
Now, is one of those a rushing touchdown?
No.
Have fun with that. Okay, fair. Fair.
That would be cool.
It sounds like you've got Sam winning the kind of game that leaves him on the fence for some people, but leaves Seattle fans feeling great.
Seattle, he could throw for 87 yards, no picks, 1 touchdown, and they win.
Good enough.
I'll wear the jersey. I don't care. I will celebrate him. I will celebrate him.
All right, Bob and I need your guys' help for this next one here. It's your countdown to kickoff. The Seahawks win if what? Text in your answer, Seahawks fans, 866-979-3776. That's next.
Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Raible on the call. Today at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Hey, it's February, and we're a month into those fitness goals and resolutions. And are you already tired of the crowded gyms and sweaty machines? Maybe you're ready to upgrade your fitness equipment in your own home. Well, I got the place and some deals for you. Hey, Brock Ewart here with my friends at Top Fitness. Right now, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit to use for Precor, True, or Inspire treadmills. Top Fitness sells the best quality products available. Brands like Precor, True, Octane, Inspire Stairmaster, and much more. It's trade-in days at Top Fitness, and it's not too late to get in the best shape of your life. Top Fitness has the largest selection of home fitness equipment in the state of Washington, and their staff will truly show you why. It's no secret that everybody, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love their stores. Top Fitness has locations at Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. And remember, trade in your old treadmill and get a $500 credit today. Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SOUND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Do you like helping others? Become a Shiva volunteer. In Pierce County, join the hundreds of volunteers across Washington state who help over 90,000 people each year with their Medicare options and questions. You don't have to know Medicare. We'll teach you. And if you're bilingual, even better. For more information and how to apply, call Shiva at 1-800-562-6900 or go to insurance.wa.gov.
Sponsored by the Office of the Insurance Commissioner and aired by the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
See country star Aaron Lewis and the Stateliners at Muckleshoot Casino Resort, March 24th at 8 p.m. And now an added show on March 25th. He's a multi-platinum artist whose raw lyrics and powerhouse vocals have captivated fans for decades. Now he and his band, the Stateliners, are coming to Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Get your tickets now to see Aaron Lewis at muckleshootcasino.com.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company.
And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come see us in store. Shane Company engagement rings are crafted with care from our hands to yours, because a friend knows your love deserves the highest quality. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Now back to Countdown to Kickoff on Seattle Sports, the Seattle Sports app, and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
I already have so many answers here, Bob. It's your Countdown to Kickoff. The Seahawks win if what? Also, the second part of this is going to be the Patriots win if what? So be ready to answer that one on the text line, 866-979-3776. Before I get to listeners, Bob, the Seahawks win if what?
I've been saying it for 2 weeks. Play clean. Play clean. You've had 3 games in a row, no turnovers. Make it 4, you win the game. To me, it's that simple. Now, the other elements need to come to life. They need to get that run game going. But I think there should be some confidence if they do stymie the run game a bit, that Sam can work his magic. You saw it against, I know this is a better defense than the Rams, but that was his boogeyman again. So they need other things to certainly fall into place. But to me, the biggest thing, just play clean. You've seen how it works.
Yep.
And you're just the better team, top to bottom.
I think the Seahawks win if they win those battles in the trenches. It sounds like a cop-out because so much of football happens in the trenches, but I know that you and Wyman talked so much about Christian Barmore and Milton Williams and that matchup against the interior line. And on the other side, the Pats have a couple rookies on the line. You've got a great D-line. Seattle has the advantage here. Those 2 defensive linemen do make me nervous coming out of New England. They make me nervous. I think that if the offensive line holds up, play the game that it's played for the last several weeks, done. It's not even like, if JSN has 100 yards or, if Ken Walker has 50. If the offensive line wins its battles, more often than not, Seahawks win this game.
Yep.
To the text line, tell me what you think about a couple listener responses. Okay. The Seahawks win if what? 509. If the Patriots offense is held to 13 or fewer.
Yeah, well, so you hold them to 13. I like your chances. I agree with that. Definitely.
They've averaged just the Patriots 18 points per game in the postseason after averaging the second most in the regular season. They're 10 fewer, 28 points per game in the regular season. And that 18 points per game in the postseason's heavily swayed by that game against Houston because, what was it, against Denver? 10 points?
10-7. Ooh. Yeah, and you've also seen Drake May he's turned the ball over 5 times in the playoffs. He's been sacked 15 times in the playoffs. So I know there was some weather involved. That wasn't the whole reason those numbers are the way they are.
Seahawks win if, another listener, 253, they make K9 the MVP.
Get that run game going. I don't care who. I mean, think about who won the MVP when they won. It was Malcolm Smith, right? I mean,
it could have been Cam.
Should have been Cam probably, but I mean, typically it's the quarterback of the winning team. But I don't care who it is. K9's an awesome candidate. I'll take it. It can be Jason Myers. I don't care who the MVP is. Just like I don't care if Sam Darnold throws for 87 yards. If it turns into a win, it all worked. It's all good. I like this one. It says 425. They win if they continue to, quote, not care and play the Patriots like any other team, which is, I think, a fair point, right? Yeah. We did not care. And as hard as it is to keep this game in perspective and not treat it as something special, I think it becomes easier after you get those first couple plays out of the way. Then it's just football.
What about this one? If we get 3 or more sacks of Drake May.
Yeah, I don't know. How many sacks did they have against the Rams? 1?
1 in all 3 games.
Yeah.
Like collectively.
Yeah. So you won 2 of those 3 games.
Good point.
And your defense gave up a whole bunch of yards and points to the Rams in both those games that they won. Didn't sack him, but that one time, and you still won. So, yeah, I mean, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see them rattle him, force him, make him force some throws.
Yeah.
Like if he gets rattled, I would love an early turnover. Early, where he gets into his head quickly and it's a punitive turnover, whether it's a pick 6 or they drive down the field after a turnover and put points on the board to where the young guy's going, okay, I got to make up for that. And maybe he gets out of character and starts forcing it.
Now, I am going to get to the other part of this, but I want to ask a question that wasn't part of our segment at all. Are you, speaking of the young guy, 23-year-old quarterback on the other side, who would become, I think, the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl, beating Ben Roethlisberger by, 100 days or something.
Who did not play well in the Super Bowl.
No.
They won in spite of him.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you why they won.
Well, officials helped the young guy out.
Are you surprised by how much people talk about the Patriots having experience on their side?
Yeah, because it's all of Raible.
Yeah.
They're all looking at him and his time as a player. His time as a head coach certainly exceeds what Mike McDonald. So I get that it's coming from that part of it, right? Your head coach is very experienced. He's not playing. He's not out there on the field. He's not. He can draw up the game plan, and McDaniel, same thing. He's experienced. That's a very experienced pair right there. But those guys have to go out there and execute it against this defense. And if this defense is on point the way they've been pretty much every week, with the exception of 3 weeks, both games against the Rams that they won, and the one game against Tampa.
Less fun part of this conversation, but we have to have it. The Patriots win if what? Bob, I'm guessing this is the inverse.
Yeah, if they force turnovers.
Yeah.
If they're able to, and if they do it by, look, a turnover's a turnover. So if they force a fumble, a special teams muff, punt, whatever, things like that, a million things could happen. But if they're able to get consistent pressure on Sam Darnold and force him to make mistakes, because he, like most quarterbacks, they don't like pressure. Some quarterbacks used to eat it up. I remember hearing Peyton Manning talk about, I love when they blitz. Loved it. Because he would just pick them apart.
Yeah.
He was that good.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, same thing, because they wouldn't wait for the bomb to develop. They'd sit there and just dink and dunk all the way down. You want to blitz? I'll pick you apart. I'll take it. Some quarterbacks don't have that mindset, and I don't think Sam does, and most don't. But if they're able to get a lot of pressure on him, consistent pressure, it doesn't have to result in a sack. If they force him out of the pocket, force him to move his feet and maybe make a mistake, that could lead to a win for them.
I'm entirely with you. I think I don't even think they need to blitz at the rate that they have been in the postseason. In the regular season, the Patriots defense blitzed about 28% of the time. In the postseason, that's been 40% of the time. For context, Brian Flores' Vikings defense, which felt like it was suffocating against Seattle, blitzed about 41% of the time in the regular season. So think of blitzing that often. Now, not all blitzing is created equally. Brian Flores' defense might blitz in different ways, right? That can become, there's a reason that he is, back into circulation for head coaching vacancies. Also, do you blitz Darnold quite as much? Darnold has different weapons, a good arm, some answers for that. So I don't know that they go too heavy there. I think what I wonder is their play against play action. I was hearing Nate Tice talk about this on Yahoo Sports Football 301. He was saying, and Aaron Schatz said it as well for FTN Fantasy, that the Patriots, since Week 10 especially, are the best defense against play action, and Sam Darnold is at his best in play action. Which one of these things is going to win? That's kind of what they're looking at, where it's like, look, the thing that Sam does best, the Patriots stop best.
Yeah, but that's the one thing they stop best. Sam's got other avenues. All right, they're
Very
stopping
true.
this. Here's how we're going to adjust. Here's how Clint Kubiak's going to adjust the play calling. All right, play action. They're suffocating. They're on their game with that. So here's what we're going to do to counter. Whereas, what do they do to counter? It's the chess game. What do they do with the Seahawks moves? Oh no, Seahawks aren't going play action as much, or they're disguising it this way, or they're doing this. How do we adjust? So I think there are more options should that play out in favor of the Patriots. Clint Kubiak can go, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. And that's the answer there. By the way, how many podcasts do you listen to?
Too many. And then I haven't even gotten to the true crime podcasts. Also some fun ones like Stuff You Need to Know. There's a history podcast I really like.
How do you have the time? Do you just get in the car and the podcast start?
Podcasts. I don't listen to music. We're very different people, you and I. Very different people. Okay, last one. We haven't talked about it at all, but Drake May's mobility. Tell me what you think about this. The 907 says, I think the Pats win if Drake May rushes for more than 50.
I think it's a great sign if he rushes for 50. It tells me Stevenson's been put in check. It tells me their running game's been put in check, and he's being forced. I don't know how many runs are called for him. I don't know how much. I haven't watched the Patriots enough to see his rushing yards and, okay, those are called plays or those are scrambles. Certainly he can be damaging getting out of the pocket. But that to me is a sign that he's being forced to move his feet. And the pass rush is getting to him. And maybe the run game, the traditional run game, isn't happening for him. So that number doesn't scare me.
That's a very good point. I also do need to clarify. I've listened to music. Like, I'm not like,
are you aware of musicians?
I know music. I just tend to listen more often to podcasts. I don't know why, but sometimes I'll say stuff like, I was reading that. I didn't. I saw a tweet or I read a podcast. You know, and everyone lies about that. You're like, it's so funny. I read something that said, no, I didn't.
I heard it.
I didn't read anything that said that.
It was said on this podcast.
Or like, I saw it on Instagram is what I did. That's where I saw it. All right. He is Bob Stelton. I'm Stacy Rost. More Countdown to Kickoff coming your way next ahead of Super Bowl 60.
Seattle Sports.
It's why we bake in the sun out on the berm every summer at training camp. It's why we scream till it hurts. In the cold and rain, come fall and winter.
Listen to the 12th man.
It's why we're 12s. As the Seahawks look to bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Seattle, it's why there's only one voice we want to hear tell the story.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
Don't miss Steve Raible calling the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, let's throw a party this year for the big game.
Oh, great idea. But first, we should get a new TV. One of the top-rated brands, Samsung, LG, or Sony.
Okay, I'll start shopping on the internet and then head over to the Warehouse Club.
Well, but if that's all we do, we'll be sorry.
Why?
Because the best deals on those top-rated TVs are at video only, not online or at the club.
Video only?
Yep. We can save up to $500 if we shop smart.
Or we'll be sorry.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction. Lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Do you like helping others? Become a Shiva volunteer. In Skagit County, join the hundreds of volunteers across Washington State who help over 90,000 people each year with their Medicare options and questions. You don't have to know Medicare. We'll teach you. And if you're bilingual, even better. For more information and how to apply, call Shiva at 1 1-800-562-6900 or go to insurance.wa.gov.
Sponsored by the Office of the Insurance Commissioner and aired by the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Luxury has arrived. It's Mike Salk here, and the all-new Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel is now open, featuring a destination spa, the expanded non-smoking space, and breathtaking views of the Cascades. You can catch every game at Hawks Peak, over 66 televisions, plus that 2,000-seat entertainment venue and exciting new dining options. Effortless style, the utmost in relaxation. You can book now at snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
KIRO 710 AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD1 and HD2 Tacoma, Seattle. The home of the Seahawks. This is Countdown to Kickoff. Ahead of Super Bowl 60.
It's about us. It's always been about us and what we do.
Today at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, between the New England Patriots and your Seattle Seahawks. Now here are your hosts, Stacy Rost and Bob Stelton.
That's right, everybody. It is Countdown to Kickoff, and we have got you covered. Bob Stelton, Stacy Rost with you, getting you prepped and ready for Super Bowl 60. Your beloved Seattle Seahawks taking on the New England Patriots. Is it revenge, or is this just going to be a win? And we'll talk about that after the win, by God. The text line is there for you at 866-979-3776. You can weigh in with your keys to the game, who you think's going to win. Call your shot right now. I don't want anybody checking in on Monday saying, see, told you it'd be 28-17, and then you look back. People forget. We can look back at your previous text.
We see that.
Yeah.
We see the history.
You can't just throw it out there and say, I told you, and then we look back. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. So text it in. How you feeling? Confident? Are you worried? Are you nervous? What's the feeling? What kind of game are you expecting in this? How do you think this? How do you think it goes? I've got a pretty clear picture of how I think it's going to go, but what's your feeling?
I've been saying low scoring all week for no reason other than I just kind of settled into it and it felt right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you felt comfortable there.
Find yourself saying things about certain games like, this is going to be a low scoring game, I think. And then I threw out like 24.
23.
Like a very average game. I think that people are saying that because while Drake May was a very close runner-up for MVP, the Patriots offense simply has not looked like an MVP caliber offense, not just in their last 3 games where they've looked objectively bad, but kind of that deep passing game which was so fresh and different and what made them special had disappeared just a little bit. And so I think that combined with, I think, still lingering doubt that people have not only in Sam Darnold, but in the Seahawks offense, just compared to how elite the defense is, made people overlook both offenses a little bit and go, oh, the Patriots defensive line and Christian Gonzalez, and then the Seahawks defensive line and all those great DBs. That's the battle here. It's going to be low scoring for sure, which I get. And so even though I'm saying that right now, because these are 2 teams whose better halves are defense, we also just watched a game in which Sam Darnold threw 3 touchdowns, 300-plus yards. I just think there's more. The ceiling is so much higher right now, it feels, for Seattle's offense with the weapons they have. It's either low scoring or it's a blowout.
Anything in the middle?
No.
Nothing in the middle.
Nothing in the middle. This will not be, mark my words. Ian, make a mental note to delete that. Go in and delete this. Okay? You need to get rid of this sound and all evidence that this is wrong.
He's not even listening
I
to
know. Will this be like somehow 28-27 for some reason? Nope. not at all, and watch it be that.
I've been calling 28-17 or 27-17 all week.
That feels good.
Yeah, 10-point win. That's been my prediction all week, so I'm going to stick with that. I could see it getting off to a slow start. I could see both teams being a little, all right, let's to equate it to a fight. Let me just see how they're responding. Let me see if I set this up, what's he going to do? And then as the fight goes on, you start opening up more. That's kind of how I see it, but I'm also looking for a really big play in the first half, a turnover. Now, whether it's a special teams, like I said, or they force a fumble, whatever. But I feel like there's going to be a forced turnover somewhere for the Seahawks in their favor that is going to put the offense of the Patriots on their heels, and more specifically, Drake May on his heels, wanting to make up for it. I want him to feel like I need to atone, and that's going to force another mistake. So I could see it snowball. I could see it, but maybe first quarter we're looking at 3-3, 6-3, something like that. Kind of a battle of field goals maybe initially until they soften them up. And then I think the gates open up a bit.
World where there's a shootout?
Certainly. Yeah. Well,
how much do you believe in that world, though?
I don't. I do with the Rams because that's what it's been. But I'd be stunned if the Seahawks defense was anything like they were against the Rams. It would stun me if the Patriots offense were able to do anything close to what the Rams did, which was in 2 games put up, I think, over 1,000 total yards combined. Scoring a ridiculous. I mean, it was so out of character for that defense. I don't see the Patriots offense being able to do that, barring a ridiculous, inordinate number of turnovers from the Seahawks. Then you give them a short field, then obviously it can get out of hand. But turnovers are the caveat for me in this whole entire thing.
Someone said, oh, no, the Jimmy Kimmel Dogs just picked the Patriots. Well, Fiona the Hippo at the Cincinnati Zoo picked the Seahawks, so I guess we'll see who's right. A lot of people and hippos are picking Seattle in this one. I'm with you, and I kind of am, I don't want to say have bristled at. I'm not getting that defensive about it. But I've been a little surprised with how many people have pointed to the Seahawks giving up explosives against Matthew Stafford and the Rams and gone like, oh, Drake May, he could do that too. And it's like, oh, I didn't know Drake May had Puka Nacua. It must have been lost on me that Drake May had the Patriots run game, which was incredibly efficient. Like, didn't put up gaudy numbers in every single game, but was like by EPA per play and EPA per rush, a very efficient game. Like, Drake May is not working with the same weapons. This is a 32-ish-year-old Diggs. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not the Diggs that you saw with Josh Allen in Buffalo.
It's Diggs and Booty, and it's not Nacua, and it's not.
It's an offensive line that's given up 48 sacks in the regular season. So it's just, I would caution people against thinking that the Seahawks, because they gave up explosives against Matthew Stafford. Another stat, a third of the Seahawks' explosive plays allowed this year have been to Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
It's been a Rams-Seahawks thing. It's not been the Seahawks' weakness this year by any means.
Yeah, I just don't see it. Anything's possible, right? Everything's possible, but I don't see their offense being able to get going the way that the Rams did. Drake May's had a tremendous year. He's not been that guy in the postseason. He's not Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford is a grizzled veteran at this point, so you're much more certain about what he's going to give you. I don't know what Drake May is going to do because he has not looked awesome during the postseason. Yeah. So now the biggest game, the brightest spotlight, the biggest level of expectation, how does he respond? We'll find out. How much do they put on his shoulders?
Yeah. We have not gotten to this a lot at all, but I wanted to ask you because I meant to ask you in the last segment. Speaking of what kind of game could the Patriots give us, how much have you looked into the Patriots' very easy schedule this year as a factor in your own predictions for the game?
Well, there was a tweet that I retweeted, I don't know, a week or two ago when the matchup was made, and it showed the Patriots' schedule. Week 1, fired coach. Week 2, fired coach. Week 3, fired coach. Week 4, fired coach. Week 5, the Jets. Week 6, I mean, and that was. It was like 10 or 11 of their 17 games were fired coaches or something. Obviously, they played some of those teams twice, but it wasn't very impressive. Now, that's not their fault. You can only play who's on your schedule. Mm-hmm. And we heard. Did you hear the sound of the Boston guy trying to make the case? Well, if you take the NFC West out of the Seahawks schedule, then they're not very impressive. And then his co-host started mocking him.
Yeah, I don't think people picked up that his co-hosts were mocking him, though.
They're like, well, what about Jags? Pretty good team, right? What about the Steelers? Yeah. Did you beat the Steelers? He's like, no. He's like, but if you take all those out, and the other guy's going, yeah, if you look at the schedule, somebody said, well, this says the strength of schedule. The Patriots were, 16th, and the Seahawks are 4th. He's like, then the co-host mocking him says, Oh, but they didn't take out all the good teams. That's where the mistake was. So I don't think the schedules are not comparative at all.
Well, and look, they played 3 top 10 defenses in the postseason, and the offense has stumbled. And while you look at yards per play, Houston, Denver, and the Chargers were around where Seattle is. Seattle also top 10. If you look at DVOA, Seattle's better than those 3 defenses. Now, Denver had more sacks. Houston had a lot of takeaways. These, again, are 3 great defenses. If you look at advanced stats, the Seahawks defense is better than any of them.
Mm-hmm.
So think of how, I don't care if there was a blizzard, how that Patriots offense looked against the 3 best teams they played all year, and they're getting ready to play one even better.
Yeah. A lot of predictions coming in. Seahawks win 28-13. K9 gets first touchdown of the game. I'm not saying that word. Sammy, no interceptions. No.
Yes, it was, Bob.
No, I'm not saying it. It's baby talk. Tutties. Sellies.
Why do you hate abbreviated words?
Because they sounds like baby talk. Did you score a tutty today? Who had a tutty? Who's the big boy who had a tutty?
Oh, God, I hope they say tutty on the call.
But, yeah, I like that. You got another one that says, I see a blowout on the level of the Denver Super Bowl. It could go that. I mean, I don't expect that. And we certainly didn't expect that in the Denver Super Bowl. We thought that was a battle of a generational defense against a generational record-setting offense.
36 points per game, that Denver offense.
Yeah, they were setting NFL records. Mm-hmm. So that was not something anybody expected.
You know what's funny? When you read that, I paused, and that Denver offense was so much better than this Patriots offense.
So much. I mean, they were amongst the elite ever to form in the NFL.
Why did I even hesitate? Maybe it is that. I think it's because the Legion of Boom is still on a pedestal that this defense is very good, but I don't think for some Seahawks fans has reached, which is understandable.
It's 1 year. String together a few years, and we'll see. The text line is there for you, 866-979-3776. What are some of the key matchups in this game? We're going to get to some of that as Bob Stelton, Stacy Rost. Countdown to kickoff continues right here. Seattle Sports on 710.
Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me? JSN!
Congratulations, Jackson Smith.
He and Jigba, he's sicker than most when he run the post.
The NFL's AP Offensive Player of the Year. Rewriting the Seahawks record books with his electrifying season.
JSN has it! Touchdown! Seahawks!
And this is where you hear Steve Raible and Dave Wyman call Super Bowl 60 Sunday at 3. Seattle Sports.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where we're all about you. Your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. We'll take total care of you. First, come browse all the beautiful settings in our cases. Take your time and try on as many as you want. You'll know when you put your ring on. Your heart will skip a beat. Now, onto your center stone. We can look at different diamond shapes and sizes until we find the perfect match. Come visit us in store, because a friend wants you to get exactly what you want. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Gold demand is skyrocketing to record highs. As more Americans rush to preserve their savings, will there be enough gold? I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your 401k or IRA savings. Gold offers tangible security that can't be tracked, stolen, or inflated. That's why I strongly advocate for gold IRAs. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898 now. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust, and their thousands of great reviews prove I'm not alone. So don't wait another second. Protect your retirement savings today and see how easy it is to move your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals. Text SECURE to the number 989898 for your free Gold IRA Info Kit. Again, SECURE to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
We've all been there, sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
Do you like helping others? Become a Shiva volunteer. In Skagit County, join the hundreds of volunteers across Washington State who help over 90,000 people each year with their Medicare options and questions. You don't have to know Medicare. We'll teach you. And if you're bilingual, even better. For more information and how to apply, call Shiva at 1-800-562-6900 or go to insurance.wa.gov.
Sponsored by the Office of the Insurance Commissioner and aired by the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
The stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize.
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60 on Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Home of the NFC champion Seahawks.
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app. Countdown to kickoff continues ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports on 710, the Seattle Sports app, and the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Countdown to kickoff rolls on. Bob Stelton, Stacy, Rost taking you up till noon. The Seahawks official pregame kicks off at noon, so we will turn you over to that coming up shortly. Text line is there for you at 866-979-3776. A lot of texts coming in. 253, Stacy, you'll like this. Thank God you guys are broadcasting today. If we have to listen to the national shows anymore, we're going to puke.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.
I'm glad we're like Pepto for you. That's what we are here. Predictions coming in 253. Pats can't get in the end zone. Hawks 20-9. How about if you hold them to field goals? How crazy would that be?
I mean, it wouldn't be the lowest scoring Super Bowl ever, assuming that you scored more than a couple field goals, but that is incredibly impressive.
Yeah. So you can place your predictions, and more importantly, if you've got some key matchups in mind, if there's a particular matchup or two that you're looking at, 253 says JSN versus their DBs. I expect Kupp or Bobo to make a play. Shaheed versus their coverage teams, our D-line and linebackers versus May's legs. All good stuff. I'd be surprised if Bobo figured into this. I'd put A.J. Barner in front of him. I'd put Shaheed in front of him. But, hey, he did come up with the touchdown grab. Fantastic route. Everything was great about it. I'm not sure how much they're putting him in there.
Yeah, Bump and I did a segment during the week called the likeliest unlikely hero, where we tried to look at, hey, we're all expecting like JSN's a first-team All-Pro, like he's going to be special. Sam Darnold, obviously your starter. K9 is your starter. So who's someone that we aren't mentioning first things first when we're heading into this game, that based on actual matchups, like not just making a random like Bobo 3 touchdowns, but based on actual matchups, who do you favor? And I, like you, ended up going with A.J. Barner. The Patriots were fine against tight ends. By no means were they the Bengals, who gave up the most yards, most touchdowns, et cetera, against tight ends this year, but they gave up the 11th most. So I thought, you know what? There could be some opportunities here for if they're really clamping down on JSN for some easier completions over the middle, intermediate parts of the field, maybe that's where you find an A.J. Barner or Kupp. So those two made sense for me. Now, if this pressure from Williams and Christian Barmore ends up being extreme, well, then those tight ends are blocking.
Yeah.
Then AJ doesn't become as much part of the hero as I was trying to predict he could be. But I thought that would be a good pick for it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this O-line does.
Yeah.
Because I think they've quietly become a very good O-line. I don't think they're elite, but I think they're a very solid O-line. And we haven't talked much about it. I mean, Anthony Bradford was everybody's pin cushion. And, yeah, he's had some plays that aren't flattering. But he's also had some plays that are pretty spectacular. He's kind of all or nothing, where he's just going to one-arm a 325-pound man to the ground like a little child, or he's going to be facing the wrong way. So it just seems all or nothing. But collectively, they've done a nice job.
Yeah.
They've done a nice job, and it's gotten better. Obviously, the run game has taken off. K9 has been electric. So I'm curious to see if they can keep that going against that defense, because there are some threats on that line. So the trenches, obviously, everybody talks about it. It's repeated over and over because it's true. It starts in the trenches. You got to win the trenches. And I think the Seahawks, look, the best position group on this team is their D-line.
Yeah.
It's also the oldest. If you look at their age, if you look at Leonard Williams and Jaron Reed, and you look at Uchenna Nwosu, they're not old guys, but by football standards, a couple of 30 D-Law, those are your oldest guys. But I like that matchup against the two rookies on the O-line for the Patriots. So that battle in the trenches, I feel like, really favors the Seahawks. They've been able to get to the quarterbacks throughout the season with just rushing 4. See if they have to do more, get more exotic with maybe a blitz here or there. But I love that matchup.
Do you see that as the matchup that decides this game? It's so, I know that it's more than one. We don't want to simplify it too much. But if you were to go, look, this is to me the matchup.
100%. Their ability to make Drake May, they don't have to sack him 5 times. That'd be great. Make him uncomfortable. Make him run. Make him be the leading rusher on this team.
Yeah.
I would love it if he were the leading rusher. That tells me they're going to lose because they're not getting their run game going, and more importantly, they're forcing him out of the pocket. Unless they're called runs, they're calling these plays for him. That, to me, is a strong indication that the pass rush was getting to him, and he didn't have time to go through his progression, so he was forced to pull it down and run.
I think the one that most people were talking about, as I'm sure many of your guests did during Wyman and Bob during the week, is JSN against Christian Gonzalez. The one thing I'll say is, and this is not meant to disrespect Christian Gonzalez, who is a very talented player. It's a Pro Bowl defensive back, only one of 2 Patriots Pro Bowlers. He's one of them, so that's one that you obviously have to watch. I do think JSN is better. and so it's not that Christian Gonzalez and him aren't a great matchup. I think you had some Patriots defensive players being like, yeah, they were talking about it themselves. So you're wondering, like, how much are they going to match up directly against each other?
Yeah, is he going to travel with them?
Exactly. They certainly have that in their pocket. We talked with ESPN's Benjamin Solak about it, and he was like, the Patriots tried that for a span of like 3 or 4 weeks and did it very effectively, and then kind of got away from it. And he thought it was a way for them to just say, okay, we know we can do this, but we don't have to. But I just feel like JSN, in previewing this matchup, I think far too many people have made it seem as though these two players are on exactly the same level, and I don't think they are.
I agree. I don't think they are at all. I mean, well, I shouldn't say at all. Gonzalez is a very good player.
We don't want hubris here.
Yeah. By the way, the last game for Gonzalez, he had some mistakes in that game. Then he comes up with a big play late in the game. I mean, he's a tremendous player. Look, but there are opportunities with everybody. Everybody can be had. We've seen, I mean, the last game with Witherspoon, he had 3 bad plays in that game.
Yep.
But then he comes up huge in the end zone with the Rams driving on 2 consecutive plays. So it's how you bounce back from a lot of those. But I don't know if it is going to be the matchup of JSN Gonzalez throughout the game. I'm sure it'll happen at points, but I don't see him traveling with him, so I don't look at that as this unique, all right, how's this battle going to play out through 4 quarters? Because I don't think it's going to be a one-on-one. I'm curious how they're going to take away JSN because he's the extra meeting guy. The Wyman always throws out. Each team generally has that extra meeting guy. How do we deal with this guy? I feel like if I'm on there in their defensive meetings, they're going, all right, we're not letting make them beat us with somebody else. Don't let them beat us with JSN. How are they going to do that?
Don't roll your eyes at my next one. I just thought it was fun radio banter. Don't do it. You're already doing it.
Preemptive eye roll.
Another matchup, Sam Darnold and his past mistakes.
Isn't he beyond that?
I think he is, but I think that that's the conversation people are going to be having.
I love that they beat the Rams to get here because of what it meant to Sam Darnold. And whether he verbalizes that or not, that perception was they were his kryptonite. The Rams own him. The Rams get to him. The Rams have forced him into, 6 interceptions in 2 games. And, they have his number from last year with the Vikings. I mean, all of the talk, and the numbers kind of backed it up. Yeah. And for him to sort of vanquish the slay the dragon, if you will, the way that he did. He didn't just win. He won a game where he turned it over a couple times, but he also had to pass him to victory at the end of that game. He was so good against the team that has been his nemesis. And to get to the Super Bowl, I feel like that was his Super Bowl. Not that he's not going to play well and not that he's going to take this lightly by any stretch. But to me, that just as far as his confidence and his belief, I don't think past mistakes enter. I think that could have been a thought hanging over, man, this team, I've turned the ball over 6 times against them. I got to, you know what I mean? That would have been a much more prevalent thought to me against the Rams than it is against the Patriots.
I should have said pressure. Because pressure could be interpreted more than one way. Pressure could be meeting the moment, which I think he's done. And that is something I also get kind of sick of now because it's like, well, what else do you need him to do? Like at this point, it's never going to be enough. But pressure can also be getting back to your point about blitzing and this Patriots defense really bringing it.
Yeah, text line is there for you, 866-979-3776. There's a rookie on this team that has become absolutely crucial to their success. We're going to talk about his status coming up as we continue countdown to kickoff. Bob Stelton, Stacy Rost getting you ready for the big game.
Seattle Sports.
We knew the foundation was strong.
Last year, everything was new.
But this?
We are going to the Super Bowl!
Doubters? What doubters?
We did not care. We've been playing dominant football all year.
Now, the stage is set to finish by claiming the ultimate prize. Seahawks, Patriots in Super Bowl 60. Kickoff with Steve Raible on the call. Today at 3:30 on the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
Luxury has arrived. It's Mike Salkier, and the all-new Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel is now open, featuring a destination spa, the expanded non-smoking space, and breathtaking views of the Cascades. You can catch every game at Hawks Peak, over 66 televisions, plus that 2,000-seat entertainment venue and exciting new dining options. Effortless style, the utmost in relaxation. You can book now at snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SOUND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Hey, let's throw a party this year for the big game.
Oh, great idea. But first, we should get a new TV. One of the top-rated brands, Samsung, LG, or Sony.
Okay, I'll start shopping on the internet and then head over to the warehouse club.
Well, but if that's all we do, we'll be sorry.
Why?
Because the best deals on those top-rated TVs are at video only, not online or at the club.
Video only?
Yep. We can save up to $500 if we shop smart.
Or we'll be sorry.
Discover the ultimate diamond buying experience. Unparalleled quality at unbeatable prices.
Hi, I'm Diamond Dave of Cantor Diamond. At our by appointment office, you'll receive truly personalized one-on-one service to your needs.
No high overhead of standalone stores or mall hours to pay for. We're direct diamond importers designing and manufacturing in-house, eliminating all the middlemen.
Stop overpaying at retail and enjoy serious savings on quality diamonds.
From the first consult to the final reveal, we guide you through every step, ensuring you get your dream diamond ring, necklace, or earrings without compromise.
Romantic proposals, anniversary splurges, or just because. Indulge in diamonds for less.
Call today for your private appointment for a dazzling diamond.
Call Diamond Dave at 253-272-7007. That's 253-272-7007. Or follow them on Instagram at Cantor Diamond. That's at Kantor Diamond.
Do you like helping others? Become a Shiva volunteer. In Lewis County, join the hundreds of volunteers across Washington state who help over 90,000 people each year with their Medicare options and questions. You don't have to know Medicare. We'll teach you. And if you're bilingual, even better. For more information and how to apply, call Shiva at 1-800-562-6900 or go to insurance.wa.gov.
Sponsored by the Office of the Insurance Commissioner and aired by the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
The only place to hear Steve Raible and Dave Wyman call the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Can you believe it?
Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app. Now back to Countdown to Kickoff on Seattle Sports, the Seattle Sports app, and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
We are getting you prepped and ready. Super Bowl 60 just hours away. You're going to catch the pregame show coming up at the top of the hour with Michael Bumpus and the crew. Bob Stelton, Stacy, Rost taking you up until that point, getting you fired up. Who's feeling good? I'm starting to get that adrenaline going.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this game for 2 weeks.
I've gone through, I don't know if any other listeners or fans have, or Ian or Brady back there, if you guys have. I went from, oh my God, whoever wins the NFC Championship game is going to win the Super Bowl. And I even told myself, like, so unfair if the Rams do. They're just going to get gifted a Super Bowl. And then once the Seahawks went, I thought, oh my God, this is amazing. And then the confidence, like a little roller coaster, went down, right? And then you start thinking, oh my God, wait, they're in the Super Bowl. Oh my God, everything's on the line. And now the confidence is inching back up. And not in a way that by any means you're looking past the Patriots or disrespecting them, but I'm just reminding myself of the way that I felt a week ago and trying to be consistent, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago now, and trying to be consistent with, hey, before the championship game, you were looking at these two teams, the Rams and Seattle, and going, these are the two best teams in football.
How much more confidence would there be nationally if it were the Rams winning and going to this game?
I thought more.
Do you think the point spread would be different, that the confidence would be, Patriots are done? They're not going to, how are they going to deal with this team?
I mean, it kind of feels like it's that with Seattle, but I do think there'd be even more confidence. I think that it does come back to quarterback a lot. And look, the Rams have a guy that just won MVP.
Yeah. I feel like maybe the spreads, and I don't care about betting or anything, but I think maybe this nationally there'd be more like, how do the Patriots deal with it? Even though everybody seems to be picking Seattle. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's just me, us out there talking to all these people who are trying to make the case for the Patriots, keeping it close. And, hey, if this happens, Patriots can win. If this happens, but there's just a lot of conditions on their ability to win.
Yeah.
Where for the Seahawks, to me, it's if they play clean, they're the better team. They're the better, especially on special teams.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, they're better. Special teams, they're better. And I just think those things are going to come into play. By the way, before we get into the rookie here, who's your dark horse MVP? Typically, it's the winning quarterback. Now we know in the Seahawks case, it was Malcolm Smith. It wasn't the winning quarterback, but I think the betting favorite would be Darnold or Drake May. Who would be your dark horse MVP for the Seahawks?
Let's see. You'd be great if it was a defensive or offensive lineman. It's not going to be. You'd need like 6 sacks to get, you know what I mean? Like you can have a great game. DeMarcus Lawrence could have a great game, and he'd need like a pick 6 plus some to do it. Now, more likely to get a pick, Ernest Jones leads the team this year. I'm going Ernest Jones.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
That's the one I picked. Yep. That was it's easy to go offense if it's not – because if it's any other offensive player besides K9, well, that means the quarterback had to have a good day. If it's JSN, if it's Rashid Shaheed, well, maybe Rashid could return special teams. A.J. Barner, you need the quarterback to kind of be good as well. So it's going to go to the quarterback. Ernest Jones was my guy. Led the team in interceptions this year. I feel like there's an intensity to this guy, understanding the position he's in right now. I feel like he's going to make a big play in this game. I don't know if it's an interception or he strips somebody of the ball, or forces a fumble, returns. I don't know. I expect a big moment or two out of Ernest Jones that could, maybe it ends up being the difference. Maybe it's a nip and tuck battle and it's close, and his play is the one that seals victory or leads them to victory.
What kind of game would it need to be for it to very clearly be Sam Darnold? You mentioned thinking he gets 2 touchdowns. Would that be enough to be MVP?
I think if it is a close game and the running game has been slowed down, like K9's just kind of, they're not getting much done on the ground, but maybe he passes them, they're trailing, and he comes up with the game-winning touchdown drive, and he hasn't turned the ball over. 2 touchdowns, 240 yards. Doesn't have to be electric, but if he's the one that game-winning drive, he gets it.
I think what I love, and maybe this should inform us of where our own confidence can be, I see the Patriots' path to a win needing to be that Drake May is your MVP. Like, those kind of have to go hand in hand. You win if Drake May's your MVP.
Yeah.
The Seahawks, Sam Darnold can make mistakes and they can win. I think that what we learned in that Rams game is the defense can make mistakes and the Seahawks can win.
Yeah.
I don't know how many mistakes the Patriots can afford.
Yeah, I feel like they've got to be much more precise.
Yes.
Like nobody's going to play a perfect game, but they're going to have to play as close to perfect as they can in order for them to win. They're going to need, more importantly, they're going to need the Seahawks to make mistakes and hurt themselves. Mm-hmm. And otherwise, they're just the better team.
Did you see, I already know that you saw it, I heard on your guys' show, Chris Sims saying, like, it can't just be the JSN show, and what I'm wondering, and I feel like this is kind of what we do, right? Like, as media, we try to think of, you got 2 weeks of takes that you got to get out there, so you're trying to be creative and think of a lot of different angles. But that's another thing I wanted to point to, where there are 3 games where JSN has had 90 or fewer yards.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks are 3-0.
Yeah.
The only 3 losses Seattle had in the regular season, JSN had over 100 yards.
Yeah.
So again, like, when JSN doesn't get 100 or more, they still win. Other people do. And obviously he's your best player, but think of the way that anyone felt about the Rams. There was still a gap between what Puka was getting and at least yardage-wise what Devontae Adams was getting. So there's not only room for error, but there's a counterpunch for Seattle.
Yeah. It's just more options. Just play clean, man. I know I'm making it sound so easy and simple, and it's not. But that's how good I believe this team truly is. Just play clean. You're golden. We touched on this earlier in the show, in case you guys are just tuning in, and we were talking about just the level of importance that Nicky Mamori has achieved with this team, to the point where when we all saw that he had injured his ankle in practice, and we saw the video of him getting out of the Escalade or whatever, and that pronounced limp, it was, oh my God, oh no, now what? And the backups have been there all year. Think about everybody that's been injured on defense this year. You've had a lot of people miss games on that side of the ball. You lost 3 times, as you were just talking about. So they've been able to overcome, but you want all of your horses there in the biggest game of your life. But just the fact that we were that worried and that concerned, what's going on with Mamori? What's happening with him? Is he going to play? Is he not? He's limited. He's full participant. Okay, and it was a collective sigh of relief. And it just, I keep marveling at, man, we're feeling that invested in the play of a rookie.
I know.
And he's not a rookie. He doesn't play. He's never played like one. He's played with a different level of certainty and his football IQ, just everything about the way he plays. And obviously the coaches believe it because they put him in a number of different situations. You're a linebacker here. You're going to play safety here. You're going to be a corner. We're going to have you rushing from the edge. They put him everywhere. They put so much on his plate, and clearly they believe he's able to handle it, and he's shown he can handle it.
I think that was one of my favorite points made during the show that we're hosting today. I know we're only on for 2 hours, but it's exactly right. We were both talking again in hour one about, hey, what's some of the latest? What's the update with Eamon and what's going on? And you said the fact that our hearts stopped and it's a rookie.
Yeah.
Says not only how important he is, like you said, but maybe how confident fans should feel now that they know he's playing. He's playing. He wasn't on the final injury report. He was a full participant, full go. If you're wondering, like, hey, what's his status? What's the latest? What percentage is he? We don't know what percentage he's at, but the fact that he was a full participant in practice and that Nick Eamon talked about it and said part of it was just kind of a scare where you're like, no one wants to get hurt the week of the Super Bowl. And you're trying to just be very cautious and you're very nervous about it. Will he be 100%? No, I don't think anyone's at 100%. But the fact that he's out there gives Mike Macdonald the versatility and the creativity that he needs to make this the best defense in the NFL. And if you are a 23-year-old quarterback on the other side looking at this defense and you see Nick Eamon, even a 75% Nick Eamon, you're going, I don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
When the ball is snapped, I have no idea where he's going to go. Is he going to rush me? Is he going to drop back? I don't know what that means this guy's going to do. It just becomes a lot for a second-year quarterback.
Yeah, it is amazing. It's amazing, and I'm counting on the second yearness to come out.
I know, right?
Right. His regular season was spectacular. I know I'm not trying to devalue this kid at all. He just hasn't been that guy in the playoffs to this point, and I don't know that guy shows up on the biggest stage. I think they can rattle him. I think they can get him to force it, and that's just going to come with pressure. Just get some pressure. Doesn't have to be a sack. It'd be great if it is. But get him to move his feet, get him uncomfortable, make him get to the point where he's got a clean pocket and he bails because he's seeing ghosts. Maybe he's just feeling footsteps that aren't quite there yet. I just want that uncertainty with him. I think it leads to a lot of good things for this defense. So,
you want to call a number of sacks you think the Seahawks get?
Well, we're going to come back. We're going to give our final thoughts and predictions.
Well, look at that.
Final thoughts, final predictions coming your way next as we continue to get you prepped, ready as if you need it for the Seahawks Super Bowl victory. I'm calling a victory right now. It is countdown to kickoff. Bob Stelton, Stacy Rost taking you up till noon with the Seahawks official pregame show kicks in.
Seattle Sports. Download the Seattle Sports app.
It's why we bake in the sun out on the berm every summer at training camp. It's why we scream till it hurts. In the cold and rain, come fall and winter.
Listen to the 12th man.
It's why we're 12s. As the Seahawks look to bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Seattle, it's why there's only one voice we want to hear tell the story.
We are going to the Super Bowl.
Don't miss Steve Raible calling the Seahawks and Patriots in Super Bowl 60, live and for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Hi, I'm Tom Shane. Since 1929, Shane Company has helped millions of customers find their dream engagement ring. I still hand-select every ruby and sapphire center stone, choosing each one for its unique color and life. We're proud to offer the widest selection of beautiful colored gemstones for your engagement ring and fine jewelry. Because a friend wants you to have nothing but the best. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor. Green, happy Febreze. La, 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 la.
Do you like helping others? Become a Shiva volunteer in Whatcom County. Join the hundreds of volunteers across Washington state who help over 90,000 people each year with their Medicare options and questions. You don't have to know Medicare. We'll teach you. And if you're bilingual, even better. For more information and how to apply, call Shiva at 1-800-562-6900 or go to insurance.wa.gov.
Sponsored by the Office of the Insurance Commissioner and aired by the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Luxury has arrived. It's Mike Salkier, and the all-new Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel is now open, featuring a destination spa, the expanded non-smoking space, and breathtaking views of the Cascades. You can catch every game at Hawks Peak, over 66 televisions, plus that 2,000-seat entertainment venue and exciting new dining options. Effortless style, the utmost in relaxation. You can book now at snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Bull riding is not just a sport, it's a gamble of guts and glory. Nothing else compares. It's Busch Light PBR Everett at Angel of the Winds Arena, February 13th and 14th. Ready to be cowboy? Get your tickets at Ticketmaster. It's bull time. Congratulations, Jackson Smith.
But you know he's sicker than most.
The NFL's AP Offensive Player of the Year. And this is where you hear every second Seattle sports.
Ready for your next chapter? At Edmonds Village, discover independent living that's truly exceptional. Premium apartments, all-inclusive chef-prepared dining, and a vibrant community in beautiful Edmonds, Washington. Call to learn how to receive 2 free months of rent. It's time to say yes to more connection, more adventures, and more you. So tour today, reserve your spot, and start living fully on your terms. Call them now at 425-534-5100 to learn more.
Countdown to kickoff continues ahead of Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks on Seattle Sports on 710, the Seattle Sports app, and the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Coming up at the top of the hour, we're going to turn you over to the Seahawks pregame show. Michael Bumpus and the boys will take you up till kickoff. We are all anticipating this with great energy. I'm starting to get ready. I feel like I should be pacing. I need to pace. We need wireless headsets. So
I need wings. That's also, I need snacks pretty soon.
You need snacks?
I'm going to need to go get some wings.
Text in 866-979-3776. Your prediction for this game. Give us your score. We don't want to hear on Monday. Told you it was going to be that, and then we can go back and look. Just giving you a heads up. But we've talked about how we expect. Do you expect a slow start, or do you expect this to just get?
I am expecting a slow start. When you were giving a possibility, we were picking like potential MVPs last, and when you said, I can see a world where there's a big defensive play or a special teams return to start the game, and that becomes it. Then I started wanting that. So now, I am expecting a low scoring first half, like a 3-3 kind of, first quarter. But I so badly want a boom to start this game. Just for vibes alone.
Yeah, just get May on his heels early. I want him to be the one to turn the ball over. I want him to throw just a pick where if you're a Patriots fan, you're going, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
I want one of those. Not a tip ball. I want his confidence. I want him in his head.
Yeah,
that's
Patriots,
what I want.
You've had enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just, come on.
By the way, do you expect them to kick to Shaheed?
No, and I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either. Hey, kick it in the end zone. Kick it in the end zone. I'm going to be curious to see if they're going to mess with that.
I don't think they will. The Patriots have a good return game too, so I don't know if either side takes a lot of chances there. McDonald's a fairly conservative coach. I know he goes for it on fourth down a little more than I don't know that Carroll used to. Carroll used to be pretty bold too.
His timing was a little weird sometimes.
Yeah, some weird timing, but I don't think like McDonald goes for it on fourth down very much, for instance. So I consider him fairly conservative or cautious. I think both head coaches are going to take that approach in this one.
Can you believe we're at the final moment of the season win or lose, that's it. Season's over. Like, it's gone by so fast. It's the greatest season in the history of this organization in terms of what they achieved in the regular season, 14-3. Best record in franchise history. In the second year of Mike McDonald, feels like this is the beginning. The door's just starting to open. This is a very young team, with the exception of the D-line. We talked about that your best group is your oldest group, but it feels like with Murphy and some of these, you've got your guys for the future.
Yeah, it's interesting. Normally, if you were looking at a Super Bowl where one team was a heavy, heavy favorite and the other was not, it would be because the team that was not was maybe very young. They hadn't been there before, right? Like suddenly if the Titans were to go and you're thinking like, oh, they were so bad last year. Let's see if they do this. And the team on the other side would be, let's say this is the world the Steelers wanted. You know, we went all out. We traded for Jalen. We brought in DK. We have a 42-year-old quarterback. We're trying to get this done. It's win now, you know. This would have been the Rams. If the Rams were to go to, and let's say hypothetically lose the Super Bowl, you'd be going, that might be the end of the window. Like, hey, I know Puka's young, but like, is a 38-year-old Stafford going to come back here? We know that he will, but is he going to have an MVP season? Yeah, we know he's going to be back. But and I'm with you. I look at the Seahawks team and I go, I'm fully expecting them to win, certainly hoping they will. I'm knocking on wood for anyone nervous, but this is a team where if the Patriots weren't on the other side, you'd be talking about how they were ahead of schedule. Yeah. They weren't in the playoffs last year. They were expected, what did you say, 7.5 wins was the over-under? And them in Vegas?
For the Seahawks, yeah.
Yeah, they had one of the longest odds to make the Super Bowl. This Super Bowl combined is the unlikeliest Super Bowl pairing in 50 years. And because the Patriots were so bad last year, very nearly, we're a Bills win away from having the number 1 overall pick. I think that we see it as like, you know, the Seahawks should be here. I don't know a single person who was saying they would. So This is a season that's just absolutely unreal. I still feel surreal seeing them here. And it's my first Super Bowl being on air and covering it. And it's just been such a cool story to watch up close. I can't believe they're here. And knowing they have the 5th most cap space next year, that you still have Darnold under contract, right? That you still have Devin and JSN. You're going to have to extend them. But you have a lot of money to work with. And you have a lot of flexibility and really important pieces under contract. This team's set up to get here next year.
Yeah, they don't have any obvious holes, right? We're not looking at, the draft is close. Draft is at the end of April.
Yeah.
We're in February.
I know.
So it's going to be right around the corner, and you're looking at this team going, man, they're put together right now. Yeah, some of these guys are going to age out. Maybe you don't re-sign everybody, but there's not a glaring need where you're going, they better fix this left tackle situation, or they better get a cornerback who can do something. I mean, there's so many teams that have glaring, obvious holes, and the Seahawks you're looking at it, and still the biggest question, I think, for people is the quarterback. Is he the guy of the future? Is he? You signed him for 3 years, but is he your guy moving forward to where you go, we're golden for a number of years? He's 28 years old.
Yep.
Or 27. He's 27 or 28.
He's the same age as Joe Burrow, right?
I believe so. Why speculate? If only there were a way to find out here
we
with
had
this
Google in front of us.
With this whole internet.
28. I'm saying 28.
He's 28.
Yes, of course I knew that.
Yeah.
I think what I really like, I'm curious to hear your opinion about this, Bob, because we can, look at other Super Bowl teams or kind of compare it to previous iterations. I think what I like most is that I was thinking in my mind when you were talking about last year's Eagles team and how people probably felt the same way about the Eagles when they went to the Super Bowl, where it's like, they're so talented. There are no obvious holes. This is a great roster. But there is just sometimes a volatility with that team that I don't see with the Seahawks team.
100%.
So they got the right intangibles, too.
Yeah. Eagles have A.J. Brown. So that's good on the field at times, but problematic at times.
Yeah.
And you don't have any personalities on this team like that.
No.
Yeah, we saw Reek and Spoon get into it, or Reek and Imamori get into it on the sideline after the boneheaded penalty by Reek. But by and large, and we heard his explanation. He's like, man, that's like a brother. And if I were in that position, I would expect them to call me out. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's kind of holding everybody accountable, but they're that close. And the culture that's been developed here, the chemistry, I know it sounds hokey, or, they all like each other. It's a good locker room. That means something. And I think that's what got them here early. I think you can say they're here early. Nobody expected this. Certainly not all the experts, all the national media, and that doesn't mean they don't know ball. They know what they're talking about and looking at, and I think it was fair to question this team because of the complete teardown on offense. You didn't know what it was going to be. So I think they're here early, and I think this is the beginning, especially with this defense. We'll see if they live up to that Legion of Boom standard where they led the league in points allowed 4 seasons in a row. See if that's a lot. I don't hold them to that standard, but if you want to be your own entity, you want to be, distinguish yourself from the LOB and feel like it's a really fair comparison, that's how you do it.
Can I get back to the question I asked you before the break? Because I want to know your answer.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to ask for 3 quick predictions. Number of sacks by Seattle's defense.
2.
How early do they happen?
I'll go 1.5.
Okay.
I'll go
okay.
one in the first, one in the second half.
Okay. How many interceptions by Seattle's defense? You can also say none.
I'm going to say one. I'm going to say they're going to get one.
Who gets it?
I'm going to go with my guy, Ernest Jones.
For MVP?
Yeah. Going Ernest Jones.
Okay. And your score prediction was?
27-17.
That's what it was. Okay.
What about you? Answer your questions.
I'm gonna say 3 sacks, and I'm gonna say they get one early, and I'm gonna say that there's an interception. Now I also went with Ernest for MVP to spice it up. I'll say you got the injured rookie Nicky Manwari to get a pick, and or DeMarcus Lawrence scooping, forced
Scoop and
fumble,
score?
scoop and score. Hey, I don't know if that happens twice.
Does the defense score a touchdown, do you think? No?
Are you taking a yes?
No.
It's just
but
so
I think
unlikely.
I think they're gonna give them a short field.
Yeah, I'm going 24-13.
24-13. So you got a bigger spread than I do. I got 10. You got
I know.
11.
I started out less confident and have grown more confident. That's what the show has done to me today, Bob.
Hopefully it's done it for everybody. And again, for those of you who say, don't jinx them. We have no power. It doesn't matter what we think.
With that attitude, we don't.
We've got no impact on the game. We're not playing. If we were playing, then you'd got to have reason to worry. So there you go. You got the pregame show coming your way, the official Seahawks pregame show. Michael Bumpus and the boys live from San Francisco. Super Bowl 60 coming your way. We're going to talk to you on Monday after a Seahawks victory.
Seattle Sports.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me? JSN!
Congratulations, Jackson Smith.
Jigba, he's sicker than most when he run the post.
The NFL's AP Offensive Player of the Year, rewriting the Seahawks record books with his electrifying season.
JSN has it! Touchdown! Seahawks!
And this is where you hear Steve Raible and Dave Wyman call Super Bowl 60 Sunday at 3. Seattle Sports.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Taxes was feeling unwelcome. Now Taxes is an open door, literally, to new TurboTax stores. Meet our experts in person.
Hi, welcome in.
They're powered by real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Jewelry Graham. Hi, I'm Brian, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. We have just the right gift for your sweetheart this Valentine's Day. Any style, any budget. Like heart-shaped necklaces, birthstones, or hand-matched diamond studs. Getting engaged? Create a dream ring and choose from natural and lab-grown diamonds in all shapes and sizes. Come see us in store or at shaneco.com because a friend wants you to win Valentine's Day. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
This week's First Mark Challenge victory goes to my friend Brock Heward. Brock, why did you call First Mark?
Brandy, it is so good to talk to you. It's been too long, and we made that call. And the only bummer is we waited too long. I know you hear from people that you talk to as well as I do to take the First Mark Insurance Challenge. I just wish we would have done it earlier. You know, Brandy, the word that comes to my mind is a word I use on my sports show a lot, and that is connective tissue. It's important in team building. It's important to players in a locker room to be connected to others. And when it comes to insurance, it's so complicated. It's stressful, and you just don't even want to deal with it. And that's where the connective tissue of having a pro, having a broker, having a partner, and most of all, having a teammate like First Mark Insurance was the best connective tissue we could find.
Brock did it. My family did it. You got to do it. It's free. Take the First Mark Challenge. See how much they can save you and how much better your coverage will get. Maybe you will be our next First Mark Challenge victory. Go to firstmarkinsurance.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED.